ITV's political satire. It's back for a fourth series. At the end of the last one, Alan Bastard, the unspeakable MP who makes Machiavelli's prince look like Noddy, had been left languishing in a Russian gulag. Now he's back with his sights set not on Westminster, but on Europe. First off, he gets his wimpish fellow Tory MP and upper-class twit, Piers Fletcher Dervish, installed as a community commissioner, although Piers is under the impression he meant commissionaire.
And I bet you didn't know that the European community is the same thing as the common market.
No, really?
Oh, yes. And I've also found out that Holland and the Netherlands are in the same place.
It's caused the most terrible overcrowding, Piers.
You're right. Do you think I ought to do something about it as commissioner, Alan?
Absolutely, Piers. Well, you must issue an ultimatum immediately. If Holland doesn't withdraw from the Netherlands at once, then we'll cut off their timber supply and decimate the clog industry.
I'll do it.
Well, nice little office.
Oh, I'm so powerful now, Alan. I can do anything.
Ready? Can you make coffee?
Yes.
2 sugars.
Righty-ho.
Ah, making yourself at home, I see.
Yes, I think I can get used to this. Europe is a vast, comatose chicken just begging for a damn good plucking. Oh, I can almost feel the gravy dribbling down my chin as we speak.
Do you recognise Alan Bastard among any of your backbench colleagues, David Ballard?
Well, the laws of libel being what they are, but no, I must say that I think the great thing about this is that it does make you laugh. I mean, how many comedy shows on television today make you laugh? There were 8 or 10 really very good lines in that show. Some of them a great deal more gamey than what you chose to show us in that clip, so I'd best not remind those who didn't see the programme of them. But it made you laugh. It's got a verve. OK, it's over the top, and some bits of it are actually rather nasty. But it is fun. I mean, these chaps can actually write comedy in a way that, you know, precious few can today.
I think it's terribly funny too, but it has gone beyond satire into slapstick, hasn't it?
Oh, slapstick, and also, you know, quite a lot of viciousness as he sets light to the fellow's trousers, having poured some sort of spirit all over it. And certainly some of the comedy is extremely blue, but it is funny. You can laugh at it, and of course, like all good comedy, there's just enough recognizability in it to make it.
Do you laugh at the joke at your own expense?
Oh, I don't mind that. Yeah, anyway, if I did, I've got to get used to it, haven't I?
I thought it was terrible what they did with you when they put that thing about how you were like a disembodied head. That's it, I turned the screen off. I thought it was terrible.
You don't think it's funny, though, generally?
It's all right. It's a bit puerile. I was embarrassed.
Of course it's puerile. Oh, terribly puerile. Yeah.
That may be why us boys like it and the girls don't.
I know, that's what it is. But I mean, it's terrible to say something isn't funny without looking like a complete bore. But I mean, generally speaking, I will laugh at something funny. I laughed when they said the windscreen cleaners were terrorists. I thought that was very funny. I thought the speech about how the Conservatives had attempted to lose the election to blame the economic decline on the opposition was very funny. But the jokes repeated themselves, and even Piers, who I thought was a refreshing character, began to sort of have the same sort of stupid, moronic character over and over again. It's too much repetition and way too much slapstick.
Let's see if this is a sexual divide. Do you like it or not?
I really hated it.
Oh, really?
Yes, I hated it. I thought it was ugly and nasty. And grant you it's clever. I mean, it is clever, but the political thing has, I think, been done much more cleverly, say, in the House of Cards or in Westminster.
I think the House of Cards intended to be comedy, was it? But I
Most of it was funny.
No, this is seriously vicious farce.
It's seriously vicious. Yes, all that business of hanging the baby out of the windows.
Amusing.
No, don't you think so?
I think that's sick.
Well, but it's not meant to be taken seriously.
But I don't think any of it should be taken seriously at all. I don't even think the humour particularly, it isn't that new or fresh.
You didn't laugh. Did you not laugh one time throughout it? Because I did.
I found it bad and embarrassing.
Wasn't it funny when he walked into Piers's room and Piers has got his baby there and he says, "Oh, I see you're sharing with John Selwyn Gummer." I mean,
that was very good.
That was clever. But you know, so much of this cleverness, I had this sinking feeling, was about we feel clever because we recognise the joke. You know, we're in on this. We understand this joke.
There is a smug attitude to
and
it,
I didn't like that. I didn't feel good about myself liking that.
But you could say that the whole of that kind of comedy, we don't need it, it's over the top. I mean, but at least, I mean, why I probably liked it is that at least having watched it, and I wouldn't necessarily have watched it if I hadn't had to watch it in the context of this programme, but having watched it, I thought it was funny.
It won an Emmy, won a BAFTA award, it won all these things, and I'm suspicious about why this show is esteemed so much when there's so much else that is very, very funny.
Well, what's your conspiracy theory on it then?
I have no theory on it. I just think anybody is willing to laugh at the
I
at the
think
party.
it's self-congratulatory. I really do. I think it's all about.
But it's very
people feeling
popular. You see,
clever
it's not
because
just
they-
people who think they're in the know who watch this. I mean, it's got,
Well,
it gets
because
big
it's got the
audiences.
extreme farcical bit, which is classic, old-style, nasty, all the nasty elements of traditional pantomime, of people having their heads cut off and blood being everywhere and babies being thrown around. I mean, Punch and Judy, they throw the baby around,
But
don't
that's
they?
exactly the point, if I may say. That's why it is popular, because it's part of a long, rich seam of British comedy, which is vulgar and coarse. It's a bit more vulgar and coarse, because obviously each generation puts a bit more on top. But it is recognisably, no, but it is recognisably part of the British comic tradition. And you have to admit the acting is very good. I mean, whether or not he resembles anyone that one might meet in one's professional life, I mean, he does a terrific job as Alan Bastard, doesn't
You
he?
know,
I mean, he has tremendous comic presence.
Well, there we are. It's a clear sexual divide. Marty Lineback, David Mayall, Rhiannon Chapman, thank you all very much. Before we go, a couple of...